This video is about the fate of Palestinians living in Lebanon. I talked to who in 1948 during the Nakba fled from his home in Jaffa, which is now a suburb of Tel Aviv in occupied Palestine. But you might ask, this is a cycling travel page, why is this relevant? Well, I'm cycling to India against borders, and Israel is an ongoing colonial project that, as we speak, is expanding its borders and displacing populations. Now, the UNRWA recognizes 12 official Palestinian refugee camps in Lebanon, most of which were created in the decade after 1948, the Nakba, or when the State of Israel was created. The Palestinians are scattered throughout the region, also in Jordan and Syria, but around 500,000 currently reside in Lebanon. And here in Beirut, there are 3 official camps. The one that I visited now is Shatilah. Hussein from the wonderful page Humans of Dahia joined me for a translation and for vibes. We met up at the graveyard at the edge of Shatilah in Dahia, and there we entered the main market of Shatilah. It was very lively and friendly, and not only Palestinians came here. We spoke to many Syrians, Bangladeshi,
They're from Bangladesh.
Wow. Indian and Sri Lankan people. And after some strolling about, we ran into 15-year-old Omar. We started chatting and he proudly said he was from Palestine. He accompanied us for a bit, and after some talking, he told us of his Palestinian grandfather who lived with him. We said we'd love to speak to him. Omar checked, and his grandfather came out.
رمضان كروان رمضان الحج رمضان كروان كنا صغير 3 سنين كان عمري جينا فلسطين قعدنا على البسطة رجعنا قعدنا بالحروش رجعنا جينا شفنا بيت وقعدنا فيه من 58 قاعدين هون صرنا هون 70 سنة بالبيت 70 سنة.
كيف العيشة هون؟
زفت كله غالي ما في شيء رخيص. وقية اللحمة ها 250 وقية اللحمة وقية يعني بسنة ما بتشبع. فكر بالرجعة لهلا قد صرنا هون بعده بقولوا عنا فلسطيني. صرنا 70 سنة هون وبعده بقولوا عنا فلسطين. ممنوع تشتغل الا غير يا بالخضرة يا بالبطون. بس غير شغلة ممنوع توظيف ما في يعني إذا يشتغل شوفير ممنوع.
So what did he do for work his whole life?
أنا كنت اشتغلت حداد اشتغلت لحيم كهرباء رجعت اشتغلت في القهوة رجعت اشتغلت بالبطون 100 شغلة اشتغلت عندي 10 أولاد 10 مش واحد 10
That's a lot of children.
10 ربيتهم كانوا هيك هذا ابن بنتي وهذا ابني
ما شاء الله.
عندي 33 حفيد كلهم صبايا 33
Wow. Mashallah.
They can
And
free Palestine in 2 hours.
Yallah. After he told us about life in Shatilah, he invited us inside. His wife passed away recently, so he apologized for the mess since, in his words, there was no woman in the house now. Inside, we started talking about passports and the Palestinian lack thereof. By the end, he tells me a story about crossing borders that made my heart feel very heavy.
فلسطينية السوري بياخد إقامة الأردني بياخد إقامة أنا من دون إقامة.
But with this paper, you cannot work, you cannot be a chauffeur, you cannot drive.
بس يتوظف ممنوع. فلسطيني ممنوع يتوظف.
Why don't the Lebanese give you the same rights as the Lebanese?
ليه بلبنان ما عطوكم الحقوق اللي عندهم اياها اللبنانيين؟
ما بيعطونا احنا فلسطيني لاجئ. بالأردن ما باسبور بالأردن سوريا بمصر العادي معهم باسبورات العادي بس هون لا بيروحوا بيجي بيسافر احنا ممنوع نسافر الا غير ب100 وصلة بدك اذا بده يسافر يا تهريب بركب بالشخطورة اذا مات على الطريق مات تقول له فاهمه يا عالم ميتة رايحة البحر يطلع البحر ببلعه مظبوط بيهربوا مثلا بيطلع من هون بيطلع عليه هون البحر ما ضل حدا كله راح ايش زاد ماتوا كلهم.
In the last video where I got this Palestine liberation tattoo, I mentioned Ariel Sharon. In 1982, IDF Commander Sharon bombed the Palestine Research Center. Well, 2 months later, he gave the green light for his allies here in Beirut to massacre thousands of Palestinians in the Sabra and Shatilah camps. This was in 1982. He was prime minister between 2001 and 2006. Now, for the coming 1.5 years, I'm trying to get to India by bicycle, and I don't have a lot of money for it. I did have a $50 bill in my wallet, which I gave to Harsh to support his 33 grandchildren. If you've also got $50 lying around, you could consider giving it to the UNRWA. I know that the UN is a bit problematic. It's just that I don't know of a Palestine-led grassroots movement that is cooler to support. So if you know, just put it in the comments. I'll give it a like. And then when people do feel like giving some money, maybe they can go to the comments first and see. But otherwise, the UNRWA, a lot of Western countries are drying up funds because they are complicit in the genocide of the Palestinian people. So they do need help. And yeah, a lot of Palestinians do rely on them for basic necessities. I'm Seb, by the way. I'm learning about borders on my bike trip to India. So if you want to follow along on my journey, my learning journey, just, yeah, come.